from behind the curtain, if you will, that how this grew, where this idea was birthed, really came from our most recent podcast series, right? The second act significance series, and the stories from those guests were so inspiring to us that we could just see it, right? I mean, you could see it, couldn't you? You could see that there was a curriculum of sorts in some of the learnings we had from what those folks that we spoke with talked about, how they were living a life of dissatisfaction. They were feeling like they were playing out of position. They were feeling like there had to be more to life than what they were going through. And they shared their journey of how they found that. And something clicked for you and for the rest of the team that said, there's a deeper learning here that we can present to people, right? This is an opportunity for us to present deeper avenues of learning to folks who have engaged with us from the beginning.
Absolutely. As we were listening to this, we recording and then listening afterwards, we began to think, gosh, the guests we had on Discover Your Second Act Significance, the podcast, there were some common themes. And we often talk about, how do you bounce back from your crucible? But this was different. How do you bounce back from being stuck? And, I think you coined, a phrase of like, is this all there is? How do you, say copyright Gary Schneeberger, but how do you bounce back from is this all there is moment? And that's extremely common. You could be stuck in a job 10, 20, 30 years, and it's like, I don't like this. You might have days in your worst moments, not every day, in which you say, I hate my life. And that maybe not be quite that vivid, but you have moments where you're thinking, this is not fun. I feel like I'm in prison. And so we thought there is some another level of learning that we can put together in an e-course with worksheets and some very practical tools to really mine the wisdom of our podcast guests and the learning here at Beyond the Crucible in a way that helps our listeners at another level.